Hey folks, welcome back to another video on the channel here. I am the Evil Dungeon Master Vince. Hopefully you're having a great day. Today is going to be a little bit of a, I want to say, advice video or feedback video. Some people had asked me what to do when it comes to running a game and it falling flat. Or you can obviously tell as a DM, you've run a game, you planned it out, and the group is not having a good time. And you can see it when you look into their eyes when you're playing a game, whether it's online or in person. You could see like people aren't responding, or people are leaving the table, or playing on their phone too much, things like that. And they wanted some ideas of how they could make, get things better again for the game. So first thing you want to do in this situation is when you see this happening is you want to ask for feedback from your group. It's kind of difficult to do that, and I do this from time to time with my group, as I will ask for feedback. And what I mean by feedback is, well, what did you guys think about the game tonight? Most people, if they're your friends, will be like, oh, it was alright, it was pretty good. And be like, no, really, I want to know what you guys think about it. You have to press your friends for this, or your family, because they're not going to want to insult you. And tell them, listen, I want to know. And generally I'll say, well, what do you think about this? And they'll be like, well, maybe there was a little too much of this, or you didn't give us enough clues here. Maybe you could have done this. It's always good to get outside opinions about how your DMing or GMing style is. And this is the best way to do it, is just ask your friends, ask your family. Another thing you can do is look at the prep that you did for the game. Are you someone that doesn't do any prep and just does everything on the fly? Or do you write everything down? Maybe you missed something inside your prep for the game. Look it over. Look it over your monsters as well, and your encounters. Take a look at them and try to remember how it worked in the game. Were they too powerful? Did it push the group back too far to the point that they were in trouble? Or were they just blowing through everything? Just one boom, 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 boom. Take a look at how you did those monsters, or whatever encounters you set up. Also with those encounters, did you not give enough clues so they could figure out the encounter? So say it's a puzzle or a trap or something, and think about it. And when you were playing the game, think about how long it took them to get through the situation. Now, did you give them enough clues, or were they sitting there kind of like, or did they be like, aha, I know the answer right away, so maybe you're too easy. So take a look at those things and make sure that when you give out clues for traps or puzzles, that you're also giving out enough information for it, or not too much information. You don't want them, you want them to solve the puzzle or the riddle, obviously, to move through the adventure so they can have fun. People do like an intellectual stimulation once in a while. So if you give them some clues, you want them to get through it. Now, you don't want them to be sitting there going, oh, because nobody wants to play a game where they're going to be sitting there forever trying to figure out something because they just want to play a game. They want to solve it and they want to move forward, but they also want to be challenged. So you have to give it a good medium. When I try to do puzzles or clues, I try to put the stuff inside the room, or at least give them an inkling of where to go to find the clue, so that they can do it. And I don't want them to rely on just rolling to figure it out, because I think that's just boring and dumb. As far as how it works, you just put it in the room, let them search. If they want to do some rolls, that's fine, and maybe you can give them an inkling of where it is in the room and have them figure it out. But I hate the whole situation where, oh, I'm just going to roll to figure it out. I got a 20. What did I do? No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry. Another thing I like to do is, when I first started playing long ago, when I actually had a smartphone that had the ability to record, I would put my phone down on the table and record. And I would tell everybody, everybody, I'm recording this so I can have my notes for later on. I'm not putting it anywhere or anything. And record your game. You'd be surprised how much information you probably have forgot to give out. Listen to it again, and some people don't like hearing their own voice. I don't mind it anymore. At first I didn't, like everybody else, I didn't care for it, but now I don't really mind it, because I've done radio, YouTube, podcasting, edited my own stuff, so I'm used to hearing my a voice in everything. So sometimes you need to listen to the session and take down notes as well of what happened during the session. It's also a good idea to have the session for a refresher, especially if you only play like once a month or once every couple of months. Listen to it and refresh what everybody said, what everybody did, and you can take notes for it. Or you can have it transcribed, because there's many things online now that you can get for free, audio transcription, and you could read it if you don't want to hear your voice, but you want to hear it because you want to hear the reactions, you want to hear the tones, you want to see how everything was come across. You want to actually hear silences too of what people did when you gave out certain information, because that's always a key. Maybe it's not enough information, maybe it's just too much information. It's hard to say. And another thing, everyone has a bad session, everyone has a bad game. I had a bad game. Most recently was the last one I did for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, where I ran a seafaring campaign. Well, it was going to be a seafaring campaign. I was all excited. I wrote everything out. I had everything planned, the encounters, the way it was going to go. And I was introducing 2 new characters into the game, but the way the group reacted to it, well, part of the group reacted to it, they did not care for it. They thought they were being railroaded, and they basically decided to take it off into a tangent of annoying 12-year-olds and thought it was funny. So it destroyed the entire campaign mood for me and the rest of the group as well, because they were pissed at these 2. And it turned the campaign from could have been a fun seafaring campaign where they had their own ship and was going to go fight other ships and pirates and go find gold and stuff, fun stuff like that. It turned into well, we're not playing that anymore, and the ship is off the table. They're going to drop you off on land, and we'll just have a land adventure with you guys because of these 2 children. And yeah, it ruined the game for me and the players, and I had it was like, I thought it was all my fault, but it wasn't. It was actually their fault, but I blamed it on myself, so I kind of obsessed over it. Don't obsess over it. Just let it go forward, and just chalk it up as it happens. Have a bad game. I mean, you have bad situations in life. You go on a date, you have a bad date. You have a bad time with at a concert. Don't obsess over it. You look forward to something. Yeah, I understand. You get pissed if something bad happens, so it's gonna happen. That's life. Don't forget to like the video, comment below about your situations on handling this, bad time at a game, or how to improve yourself as a dungeon master or game master. And any advice you have for people, just drop it in the comments. I'd like to hear what everyone has to say. Don't forget you can join the channel for 99 cents a month, and you'll get access to videos ahead of time, and you'll get a live stream on Friday for members only. I'm thinking about doing a podcast that's going to be for members only. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it up on Ko-Fi or on my website for members only. That will be kind of a Journal of the Evil DM, I'm going to call it. And it's just kind of a look into my life, things I'm doing, things I'm doing about in the week. It might be about gaming. It might be just about life itself. Some people had shown some interest in that when I mentioned it off the cuff, and they were just like, yeah, that'd be kind of cool to hear that. So tell me what you think. If you want to hear something like that and you want to sign up for it, by all means. If not, don't worry about it. With that said, I'm going to head out, keep it original, keep it old school. Good night, God bless, and no drama, no clickbait, and there's all gaming on this channel only. Good night, everybody.
Don't ever laugh as the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet from